Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm kidding. No, I'm a joke. Hello, welcome back. My name is Allison, and this is my second video regarding to the previous one I made back in April. This is not no lecture or PowerPoint. This is just to kind of clarify some things because I read some comments in the YouTube video that I made that kind of like got me thinking. So I kind of want to just clarify some things. I wrote this all last night, and I have all the notes here. I would had it printed on paper, but sadly I couldn't get it to work last night, so I just did it on my computer. So, and if I kind of pause or something, sorry I can't really see it well because I don't have my glasses on. But if it kind of sounds messy or the way I say it, how I state it, that's why. So just wanted to inform you all. Alright, so I'm gonna just start from here and work my way out. I may cut I may pause and kind of like set some things, like say it better, just so like it can understand, because I was just writing and so on. Anyway, so this is regarding to the previous video I made, discrimination against the LGBTQIA+ community in churches. The point of the video was to acknowledge discrimination people face in all churches who are part of the LGBTQIA+ community and who all follow in Christ. I'm not a member of the church that I was in. I consider myself agnostic, something like that. But I kept going anyway because one, I grew up in there, and two, it was not like a habit, but it was just like, not because I wanted to. I mean, sometimes I didn't want to go to church, but it was like because everyone else went. So it's complicated. Anyway, all I did was help others, bake, play guitar, and so on. My family and I grew up in this church, and as I gotten older, I never felt like I fitted in, not because of the bullying I encountered or the fact others were smarter than I was, but the fact that I never felt connected to or with God. And I'll talk about that here in a second. My past does not define me who I became. Everyone has their own struggles, and one of my struggles happens to be abandonment issues. All denominations like Nazarene, Catholic, Orthodox, Baptist, and so on, does not support the LGBTQIA+ community. I do acknowledge that it does go against the beliefs in manual. I totally understand. This isn't a racial or an immigration scenario. This is a disrespect belief because people who want to love their partner gets mistreated. So before I say this, do not get offended. This is just my saying, okay? So what if the Bible considers it a sin? Does other people who've done worse or less things that is considered a sin doesn't get judged in church? Or I don't think. I don't know. I mean, that's a personal level. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know people who've done, again, worse or less things, and no one doesn't really get judged about it. But when it comes to homosexuality, it's like a no-go, red flag. When there's other stuff, that's also red flags too. Again, this is my perspective. I just wanted you all to understand. I was told by an individual a church was being more open towards the community, and people who had different religious beliefs came too. They also came, like some who like not only just religious beliefs, but who also believed in different religions. They even came to that church too. Because, like I said, this church was welcoming all at the table. But again, their manual and stuff, they're trying to be more like open. Even though the manual says no, like I said, I believe dominations can change. That's just me. Like, because everything is so set back in the old days. I just don't know why. It's kind of like technology when you think of it. Why have a thing that's not gonna, you know, function right if it doesn't get an update, kind of, you know, I mean, anyway. I understand, but this is just from my perspective. Give me a second here. Religion is about one thing only, and that's about Christ for those who believe. And not a lifestyle to demonstrate others because they are gay. For those who I know, for those who know and those who don't know, I'm going to tell my story. So before I get into it, I'm going to tell a story that happened to me recently. That happened to me, let's see, this is June, so last month. That happened to me last month. And I just wanted to give my perspective because everyone has their own perspective, and this is like the real part. Like, this is the real story that I want to give out because this is what actually happened. Because I don't know who else is telling what and whatever, you know, the truth and lies and what all's real and not. So I'm gonna get into it. So if I kind of stutter or kind of like pause, it's because, sorry if it's loud, it's raining. If I kind of like freak out a little bit, it's because this is still kind of traumatizing for me. Like, when I was writing this, I had so much anxiety, like I was literally shaking because all the memories started flooding back. I know that might sound crazy for those who don't know, but this is just what I encountered. So I'm gonna just get into it. So just bear with me here. I don't have my glasses on. After I posted my video on April 26th, a week later, May 3rd, okay, not April, sorry, May 3rd, things went south. I went to meet up with a close friend because we started walking a mile together. After no sign of her that day, I made it to her house and I received a text to meet up at the church with somebody else. Someone else had texted me. I couldn't get in contact with my friend. After no sign of her that day, I made it to her friend's house, and somebody. Okay, I was informed that they wanted to talk, but I have no idea what for. It took me a while to meet up at the church since I had to walk back home because, again, it was only, well, for my direction is that way, and it was a mile walk long. So, and the church that I'm talking about is just the one that, I went to. And it wasn't too far. It was just, very close. Anyway, so, it took me a while to meet up at the church since I had to walk back home. Since it was taking me too long to get to the church, I was picked up by someone. My shoes were all wet since it was raining at the time. So I decided to take my shoes off when I walked in the church. I was damp and barefooted when I walked in the church, when I saw 4 faces I knew. When we all gathered into a circle, I knew something was up. Because I thought this was going to be something towards like music related or something. Like, I didn't know what this meeting thing was for. Like, no one told me. This was like unexpected. Like, this was just, I was doing my own thing until I got a text. I was asked where I stood in faith, and I gave them my answer. I was hesitant when I was asked all these questions. I talked to them about my past and the recent video I posted. Throughout the meeting, I was told that I was confused and I did not know what I was talking about. Who were involved, in my opinion, didn't matter what I had to say about gender and sexuality. I used education to prove my point, but it didn't help. They used the Bible on me and wanted me to open to Christ even more by praying at the altar. After they think I was cured, one of them told me that they didn't know what to do with me and decided to kick me out of the band. Like, in the words, and I quote, "We didn't really know what to do with you, so we have to set you out of fellowship," or whatever. What do they call a band? And so, because they didn't know what to do with me, in their words. My response was okay, since I wasn't shocked. When I got home later that night, I had told my family what had happened. And it was a chaotic reaction. I got upset because my mother got involved, and she started to defend me by telling the two people that were still there a conversation that I was not part of. I started freaking out so badly I didn't know what to do, so I had to call my dad in tears to come pick me up that night. I packed bags of stuff because I didn't know how long I was going to be gone for. The same night I left, I just had endured a form of conversion therapy by people I once knew. I felt betrayed and abandoned by them. I contacted an individual who I thought I could rely on and came for reinsurance, but they turned out they were with the others on the same page, so yeah. Once again, I was told I was confused about my sexuality and lifestyle. I listened to them speak hours on end, and I kept saying okay and yeah because I didn't know how to respond. Like, I listened because I'm a person that will listen and not, like, not listen. Like, I'm a person that will listen, and like, I will listen to what you have to say. Like, I hope y'all can listen what I have to say too, but whatever. I kept saying okay and yeah because I didn't really know how to respond, because I was at my dad's house. I was in the bed, not like sleeping. I was like in the bed though, like on the phone, and I was crying, and I just felt so depressed and lonely because of how everything anyway, the text message I got weren't as I expected. I just skimmed and blocked. I decided to block everyone who participated in the conversation and carried on. I felt like I couldn't go back home, and when I got back home for college reasons, I had so much anxiety. Like, I was literally shaking the entire time, from all the way through Nashville through when I finally got back to this current house. Yeah, that's how bad it was. I'm currently gonna go stay with my dad and my stepmom's house more because I feel safer with them. Finally, I had a friend who cut me off recently for some reason. Don't know why, but I accepted it. They also went to the same church as me, and I was close to them. I'm not in the wrong here, society is. Thank you. So that was that. So I kind of wanted to clarify a few more things. So the reason why the purpose I made that video is because if you haven't seen the video, I encountered discrimination against the LGBTQIA+ community in church. It was a thing, and it wasn't targeted to me, but it was just targeted to the community. And I just felt like I had to speak up, because if I can hear people talk about whatever else that I don't necessarily like, then they can hear what I have to say, because I usually keep my mouth closed and don't say anything, but this is kind of what really got me, and I had to say stuff because people are so stuck in the old days. This is a new generation now. Everything's, anyway. Like, sexuality and stuff like that has been around. Gay people's been around beyond the day of the dinosaurs and stuff like that. I learned it in college. The thing is, the reason why I don't think people get taught this is because the lack of it in school. But there's even in my art class, it explains a lot. And I mean, I knew from the beginning, and I just don't know why. Anyway, I'm just yapping, but I just get a little frustrated sometimes when people don't fully hear the truth on certain things. But I'm not lying, because I've done my research and I've done my education and I know what I'm talking about. So before y'all start judging me, I ain't confused or whatever. So yeah, the video that I made was about discrimination and I wanted to speak up. And so a week later after I posted it, that's when I went through that the conversion therapy thing. So if you don't know what conversion therapy is, back in the old days, they used to use like electric shock therapy, electromagnetic shock therapy, for homosexuals to make them straight again. Like they'll like zap them to make them not have feelings toward the same sex person. It was very traumatizing and crucial during that time, and painful. And I can't imagine what other people has been through worse. I just know that like they had camps and stuff, and I know they use electricity as an option to zap them to make them straight again. But where I went to church, they didn't do that. Because they said they loved me, and they try to pray the gay away and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily what I call love. I mean, I explained that I'm still the person who I am, just because I might love somebody who's a girl too. I mean, this is life. It's normal. So anyway, but yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and just say that after that, everyone's kind of like cut me off, and I had to cut some people off for my mental health. Like I mentioned in the ending toward my what I had to say, I had this friend who I knew, and for some reason they cut me off. I don't understand what for. And I'm not calling them out. I'm not calling anybody out or anything in this. I'm just telling my story. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt or feel like they've been called out or anything. That's not who I am. I don't kiss and tell or point fingers or whatever. I'm just giving my part of the story because this is what I endured. So the conversion therapy is like, the reason why I kept my secret of being gay is because I knew, like, eventually this was gonna happen. Like, not like this, not like the conversion therapy, but I knew, like, it wasn't gonna be, peaches and cream. That's why I kept it for so long. And when I just felt more confident with myself, because if people can post about politics and all that jazz, why can't I post about gay stuff? I mean, if I have to endure about politics and all that jazz, and whatever they have to say about on their opinions, I can speak up on my opinions too. Even though sometimes my opinions don't matter, and it's better off to keep your opinions in than out. But I just like to clarify this one because this is a real issue in all churches and not just one. Like I said, like, all churches experience discrimination. with the LGBTQI plus people get discrimination through churches, all churches. And yes, I can see, like, one of the comments in the video that I said, it was, one of them was, like, talking about, they were, like, saying, I know you're mad, whatever, but that's, like, you went to a Muslim church and you eat pork and they kicked you out because you ate pork. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying. And, of course, that person told me to, you know, basically just get a life and whatever, and they said they were non-religious, but I understand what they're saying, but that's not what I was saying at all. I'm just saying, people who, I mean, like, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, different color, and, different country, people who follow in Christ can always go to church. You know, that's what everyone's meant to do. But then when it comes to gays or people who are in the community, they always get backlash, or that I'm aware of. Like, I understand, like, I hear it all the time. And I mean, everyone's welcome at the table. It's just, there's so much judgment. And understand, like, you don't necessarily have to be a member to go or to be participated in the church. But, like, I mean, I wasn't, and I grew up at the church all my life. My brother and sister and my other family are members, but I'm not, because I know in the manual that you can't be, in order to become a member, you can't be gay. I mean, I just did what I was, you know, I was just doing what I call it, it's complicated, because I grew up here, and it's not like I had the choice to go, but I just, like, I mean, I had the choice to not go or not, but it was just, like, kind of like, not like a habit, but like a thing where if someone goes and they'll tag along too. It's just like this repeated thing. Of course, I like playing the guitar. That's why I like, you know, being, like, on stage around people, and getting to, you know, help others and whatever. And of course, you know, it's religion stuff, so, but like I said, I'm agnostic, so, which is, I'm not gonna really get into detail with that, because y'all can look that up yourselves. I'm not afraid I'm not afraid to admit what it is. I just, you know, there's other religions too besides, you know, just this one right here, the normal one. Like, of course, you know, you got dominations too, and different ethnicities of cultures, different cultures and religion, like Buddha and the other ones I can't think. But it's all follows in the same category as in one thing, which is Christ. So, and I understand, like, what everyone, like, I know, like, some, like for in the Jewish culture, they kind of, like, I think study the Old Testament more than they only, like, read the Old Testament, if I'm right. And of course, like with Muslim, you can't eat pork and stuff like that. And just, you know, different cultures, they have their own different things. Like our manuals, like, you couldn't, you know, dance or have short hair, or like the women couldn't cut their hair, wear makeup or pants or anything like that. It was really strict. And I feel like now, since this is like the newer generation stuff, I feel like those manuals can kind of ease up on the stuff that's kind of useless, like dancing and if women want to wear pants, let them. Of course they do. They do. Of course, some churches don't let women speak as preachers. Or music. They don't do like music. They only just do opera, which is not opera. What is it? Where it's just no instruments. Give me a second. It's like that one one thing they do like in Pitch Perfect. Not lip sync. Acapella. There you go. Acapella. They do acapella wise. I mean, I don't judge for anyone who, you know, who has different religions or anything. I don't judge people on that. If you do this, that's fine. I don't care. I don't have a problem. But the only problem I do is when people don't get accepted in places only because of one useless thing. Is just like with me, like, just because I'm gay, you know, I got treated differently than others. And I just kind of felt like I finally had to speak up about it, because as I gotten older, I feel like the problematic between homosexuality and in churches is just getting worse and worse by the minute. Because it's been a problem long before whenever. Like, it's been a thing. And that's why people who are in the community, who are Christians, I'm just trying to speak up for them on their behalf, for those who believe in Christ and stuff like that. I'm trying to show them support by letting everybody know that just because you're gay doesn't mean you can't go to a church too. Y'all, everyone believes in the same whatever, you know. I mean, y'all might have some different beliefs and some different lifestyles, but it's not like anything different. So it's just regular people in a building getting to know God and their connection and, you know, Bible stuff. But I'm not here to bash anyone, like I said. I'm not here to bash. I'm just here to just spread awareness, like I said. I'm just here to speak up for the others who believe in Christ and themselves. And I'm currently just gonna kind of like take a break on going to church. It's not that I don't believe in Christ or anything like that. It's just with everything that I've experienced and everything that I've gone through, I'm just kind of like stepping down, just kind of doing my own thing. And yes, I have my different beliefs in my family and my perspective. Like, you know, I have my thing and they have theirs. And I understand if that disappoints you all. For those who I know who's watching this, it's just how I am. It's not that it's a choice, it's just how I naturally grew up. So it's not being gay or whatever, it's not naturally a choice, it's just how you grow up. Like I said, it's anyway. So that's all I wanted to mention in this video. And just to clarify, if you have any questions, please reach out and I can try to do my best to answer them. And if you disagree, it's okay. That's fine. You don't have to write a bad comment. I understand. So, make sure before you start commenting, make sure you kind of think about it twice, or kind of do your research before you're commenting, because I know some people don't do that. And it's kind of confusing because they don't see the other portion. Because, I mean, with me, before I do anything, I look on both ends, like, from one side, from another, before I speak. That's how I am. Like, I see on both ends. That's why I want to make this. And, so, yeah. So, if you have any questions, concerns, whatever, just comment, text, well, for those who know me, text me or whatever. I'll be doing my best to, answer. And if y'all are seeing this on YouTube, because, I mean, it's going to be going on YouTube and my other social platforms. But if you're seeing this from YouTube, before you write a comment, if you're going to, think of it twice before you say something. Like, look at it from a different perspective, and then just, instead of just one, because it's kind of complicated and complex to understand when it's just only from, I'm not talking about from other people's opinions, I'm just talking about their, not just their views, but just kind of like, it's complicated anyway. But I'll do my best to share my thoughts and, you know, give the best I can answer your questions. So anyway, it's already in the 30 minutes and 30 seconds, so I guess I'll just let y'all go now, and I'll catch you next time, either on another video or on a music video or whatever. So yeah, again, sorry if I kept stuttering. I didn't have my glasses on. I got contacts because my glasses broke. You can see where on my nose. But anyway, but yeah, toodaloo. That's cringe. Later taters. So yeah, bye.